Darvin trailing at the half, and then AD has the sprained ankle, still down 8 at that point. What changed defensively? How did AD push through that and kind of help carry you guys home?
I think we did a better job of just recalibrating at halftime. We had a little bit of an extended film session at halftime, showed a couple extra clips, talked through some different scenarios and situations. All got on the same page, and really wanted to make a focus of keeping them in front of us. I thought we were a little loose in the first half with some of our closeouts, and we did a much better job in that department in the second half. And hats off to Vando, did a great job. We were blitzing them, double teaming Anthony Edwards, but that's not an easy cover by any stretch of the imagination. So Vando, him just being locked in, understanding, forcing them to the screen, forcing them to the double team in the pick and roll was huge. Cleaning up the glass, Bron, all these guys chipped in. Dennis with his tenacity defensively. It was great. And different guys at different moments, and we were able to force them into some really, what I would assume, not so good looks for them, and get the ball and capitalize on the other end. Again, the free throw line played a huge role in our victory tonight.
Darvin, looked like you cut the rotation to 8, and Dennis and Rui defensively, like Rui on Towns, and it just seemed from the energy standpoint, did you feel like that paid off, and how did those two help you in that sense?
I think it did. Just, at the beginning of the game, you want to give everyone an opportunity to see if they can pitch in, or, if they got something going, within the mix of those 24 minutes, and then try to pare down your rotation as you move along to the latter stages of the game. And through no fault of their own, certain guys are going to get minutes choked. You can't play everybody in this league, and a team like ours is deep and talented as we are. Some guys are going to get the short end of the stick. So we just try to encourage them to be ready when their number is called. It's difficult, it's high-level basketball, but at the end of the day, we just know we got to be in the right mental space, the right spiritual space as a team. And if you're out there, just be ready to, go all out with your teammates. And on the flip side of that, it's also like the guys that you want to give an opportunity to get a rhythm. Yanking guys in and out of the game, it's difficult for guys to get a rhythm. You have to play guys longer stretches, also being mindful of any medical restrictions that may be, in play. And we have a couple, specifically with Bron and AD, but at the end of the day, other guys stepped up. You mentioned Rui. I thought Winyan, and it doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, but Winyan gave us some great minutes. Bees early, knocking down some huge threes for us. Everybody was total team man. D'Lo as well. His moxie, his craftiness, him slowing us down, making sure we get a good look each and every time down as many times as possible on the offensive end was also huge.
Darvin, too. How's AD doing? And obviously was limping pretty noticeably.
He's good. He powered through, got him out of there, got him back in the back, already started the process of trying to treat that issue. I think he's just a twisted ankle, but our medical staff is on him right now with that.
And then Chris Finch just down the hall right now said of AD, he kicked our ass in every way possible. To get that kind of performance from that guy, especially playing through pain, knowing his history, what did that say to you?
It's a huge step forward for our ball club, and everyone knows in order for us to be, at the highest level and playing at the highest level, it all starts with AD. Bron is going to do Bron. Bron is going to be great, and he's great about making the right plays, not forcing things. D'Lo, Dennis, Austin, Vando, his energy, Bees, everybody off the bench. We have a team that can make some things happen, but you got to have that one pivotal force that's leading the charge. And in our case, with this particular team here in the moment, it's AD. When he comes out and he's aggressive and we're feeding him and he's not settling, he's putting pressure on the paint, putting pressure on the rim, we find ourselves having a lot of success. So we just have to make sure he's okay first and foremost, health-wise, and also to know that what the formula is, and when he's going and he's cooking, everyone gets to eat.
A part of your assignment tonight, and just having to defend Edwards, always a challenge for anybody in the league. But a game you're familiar with, and then also some possessions on Towns. Like what was the focus for you defensively as you held the Wolves in the second, kind of down in the second half and missed that big run?
just to set the tone defensively. I felt like we did that. Start the game. The goal was, to make everything tough for Ant. And early on, Cat got some easy looks, but I think we turned it up as a unit second half, and we were just locked in on the game plan. And they still made some shots, but we made sure to make every shot tough. And for me individually, man, just try to get those guys out of rhythm. For me, I think that's one of my best way to make an impact. Is just taking their best player out of the game, and I think when we do that and allow those other guys to beat us, we get good results.
2 straight games now with this starting lineup with everybody actually healthy. What are you feeling a certain sense of momentum building and the way that you guys are fitting, coalescing? How are you feeling about the momentum right now?
I mean, each game I just feel like we're getting more chemistry. Like the rhythm on both ends of the floor. Us being so long and versatile on the defensive end, we flying around. AD allowing me to get into the ball and pressure more, knowing that I got him behind me, and guys like Bron and D'Lo just flying around and filling the gaps, and even AR, being solid on that end. And then offensively, we got so many weapons. We could play a lot of different ways: small, big, fast. We got post presence, we got shooters around them, we got a lot of guys that can create and play make. We just so deep, and right now we kind of just doing it off of talent. So once we actually, get in the rhythm and, get some more chemistry, it's only up from there.
Jared, you talk about the chemistry, the energy in that locker room was really good. What was it about this one? Do you think that kind of brought that out in there?
I mean, this was essentially a playoff game for us, and that's how we treated it. That's how we approached it. Like, this was a playoff matchup. It's a big game for us, not only in the standings, but just, playing against a team that, that we're fighting against. So not even winning this personal game, but just winning in the standings as well. So that was our approach, treated like a playoff game, and that's what we came out and did. We were physical, we played hard, and we paid attention to detail. And we were just locked in on the game plan on both ends. And, we was able to come out with the win, big win.
LeBron, we know it's such a new group, just second game with the starting lineup, some adversity early, down 10 at halftime, and then AD turns the ankle, but you guys just seem to build out of that in the second half. What did it take?
It took a full team effort and just not panic. We understand Minnesota has been playing some good basketball as of late and pretty good at home, so we had to get stops. We had to get defensive stops, and then we had to stop turning the ball over, which we did in the second half, and allowed us to make that huge rally in the third quarter. I think we went on like a 24-2 run at one point, and kind of took control of the game.
You've told us repeatedly it's not like anything AD does surprises you. It's something you've known for a long time. But just tonight, in this context, with the playoff push, what did you think about his game?
I think he understood the assignment and knew how important this game was, and I think we all knew that. But we jumped on AD's back, and he brought us home.
What did you say to AD? What were you yelling at AD? I think you had three straight buckets. You were at the scorer's table. 8. What were you yelling at him?
Just keep going. Just keep going. It's too dominant. Just keep going, and show that all game tonight.
The team's changed over a few times since you've been with the Lakers, but this hasn't been a place where you've had too much success since coming to LA. And obviously, they beat the Lakers at home just a week ago or so. What does it mean to get this one in terms of the context of what you guys have been doing?
I think it's in the context of where we are in the season is very important. We understood how huge of a game this was tonight. And, for as close to 48 minutes, we was locked in, and it resulted in a win for us.
When you came out in the fourth quarter, you went up to him, you tapped him in the chest. What did you like about what he did for you guys in that fourth?
Wynn gives us great energy. And the best thing about Wynn, he loves to be held accountable, and he doesn't mind me going after him if he, makes a mistake or, when he's great, I always big him up. He's just been great for us all year. And, it was another moment tonight. He was just huge for us in the minutes that he had.
The Dennis really provide tonight off the bench.
Huge. It changed the game. In that third quarter, changed the game. Diaz picking up full court and creating a steal. Got a steal, got an and one on the other end, and then was able to get another deflection and create a over and back on town. So it's big time for us, and Diaz been doing that all year, and Rui's been great for us when this moment has been called. And he was huge for us tonight.
For somebody that does have the kind of take one day at a time approach, LeBron, and yet also aware of the standings and all that, how do you do that as a leader with the team, and how do you balance that down the stretch?
This game is over with. Now our focus shifts to Houston right now. They beat us last time we played them about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. So now our focus shifts to them right away, and I'm gonna lock in on the film as soon as I get on the plane and watch the last few games that they had and the game that we had when I didn't play, a couple weeks ago or whenever that was. But our focus shift now.
You talked about not having bounce in Chicago, or quite not having it the same. You had 2 dunks tonight. Did it feel a little better? And is there confidence to be able to do that and kind of test it out?
Yeah, it's getting better. It's getting better. My rhythm is still not quite there yet as it was before the injury, but I was out for 4 weeks. I understand that. So, I think each game, each minute, as my wind starts to get back to, I can, play a little bit longer in spurts. I was happy to be able to, like you said, get 2 dunks. One in transition, another one in a half-court set. And just seeing my foot just kind of react to it and the rest of the body.
Still responding the way you kind of hoped?
Yeah, I'll be in the lineup on Sunday, so that's the best response I can have.
You feel some team momentum building?
Yeah, I think we're in a good place, but the game is not won on paper, and it's not won on these phones, and it's won in between the 4 lines. So, we could talk about it, but we got to go out and handle business. So, Sunday can't come fast enough for me.
So, AD, you go down. It looked like it was the ankle. Just what was going through your mind at the time, and then how did you kind of get into the timeout and realize you were going to be able to play through it?
I knew I was going to play regardless. Just that initial tweak, kind of a little bit of pain and throbbing and stuff. So, just let it kind of calm down. But I didn't want to stay too long. And then it kind of, throbs more, So try to shoot up tighter and just kind of play off adrenaline until the end of the game and able to get some treatment. But I'll be fine.
So you scored 19 after that happened, kind of possession after possession in the fourth as you increased the lead. What kind of rhythm did you get into, and how was that kind of coming about when you took the game over?
They were just running plays for me to make reads. Oh my God! Now I just want to be efficient and do whatever I had to do to help the team win. Knowing this is a big game. Moved into 7th. Just want to be myself and do what I got to do to help the team win. Was able to make shots tonight.
How's it feel right now?
It feels good. It feels good. Yeah.
Houston.
What, am I playing?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Any meaning to doing it here where you got hurt last year? Did that flash through your mind at all? That you're going to push through it?
No, I don't really try to think about that. Let them negative thoughts get in my head. Just try to go out there and play. I just knew I didn't play early in the year because of the back. And then we own. Like I said, they came in our house and beat us early on, maybe like a couple weeks ago. Like we said, this is a get-back trip. Every team that we play on this trip has beaten us. So we want to, use that as motivation. But no, that wasn't in my mind. My mind was just come out and play and try to get a win.
Katie, sometimes when teams have to climb back out of holes, whether it's in a game or in a season, it can be fatiguing and you can run out of gas or whatever. But it doesn't feel like this team is having that happening right now. What do you think about kind of the trajectory? Does it feel like you guys have made some huge climb, or does it feel like more like you guys are starting something?
No, we made some huge climbs, but we're not finished. We want to get greedy. Obviously, the team that we have, we were able to, do some different things defensively and offensively. It's been fun. We know the position we're in. Everybody is hungry. We're all hungry to not only make the playoffs but make some noise. And so, we know every game, the last 6, every game is very important to us. And We coming out with a sense of urgency. We started a little slow tonight, but we ended up picking it up in the second half on both ends of the floor. So at this point, it's just all about trying to get wins. But I think a lot of guys stepped up tonight. Bees found his rhythm. Vando with his defensive efforts on Ant. So it was a great all-around team win, and we got another one on whatever day it is, Sunday.
What do you think about the way Winyon, Bouying, and Vando played? Those three guys
played well. Do the dirty work. Vando played extremely well on Anthony Edwards. Made shots, rebounding, do what he do. Winyon, same thing. Rebounding, finishing around the rim. Rui comes in and do what he do. All these guys, did exactly what we want them to do, which contributed to the win. And we're going to need them to continue to do that as we move forward.